Good afternoon, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, distinguished guests, and to the DNR family. Please give a brief description on the Laguna Lakeshore Road Network T1.
Mr. Speaker, Laguna Road Network. PP. Mr. Speaker, it's a DPWH project that Shoreline Road. Phase 1 is now being implemented, and that was given clearance by the DNR, and Phase 2 is still under study, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you for that, distinguished sponsor. Are we funding this through an overseas development assistance loan?
Affirmative, Mr. Speaker. This is funded by Asian Development Bank.
May I ask, distinguished sponsor, why are we paying a commitment fee? Or basically what are commitment fees?
Commitment fees?
Opo. Yes, sir.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague, when there is a foreign loan or a bilateral funding sources, part of the contract is always a commitment fee, so that any delay or if the other party in a bilateral contract reneges on the commitments, there is a corresponding surcharge. Mr. Speaker, Your Honor.
So my next question, distinguished sponsor, is in 2025, we paid a commitment fee of 1.241 million US dollars. And we are projecting a commitment fee again of for 2026 of 1.4 million dollars, or around 86 million pesos. Why is this so?
Mr. Speaker, yung commitment fee na yan is not a DNR project, it is DPWH. But DNR's task is just to issue the area clearance so that the project can proceed. The commitment fee shall be paid by the budget out of DPWH, not DNR. Mr. Speaker, Your Honor.
So hindi po DNR to? Okay. Thank you for that. But gusto ko lang pong i-manifest din na umutang po tayo, tapos para sa isang proyekto na siguro hindi pa napaplano ng maayos, kaya napilitan tayong magbayad ng commitment fee. Is this correct?
Affirmative, Mr. Speaker.
In the COA or annual audit report for 2024, yung forest land management project po was not optimally, I will just read the report, no? The forest land management project was not optimally utilized, resulting in a low utilization of 71 million or 46% of the total available allotments of 155.881 million. That led to the reversion of the unobligated continuing allotment amounting to 82.323 million, which could have been used to finance the other activities of the project. So, what I'm trying to drive at lang po is marami po tayong funds na hinihiram, pero parang ang lumalabas po, hindi po natin na-utilize. And instead of optimizing these funds, nagkakaroon po tayo ng commitment fee or nagkakaroon ng reversion.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague, this is a foreign assisted and funded projects. Total budget is, the loan amount is 4.18075. Yung total ito is 5.870 billion. Project duration is for 2 years, and there's an extension of another 2 years. Na-delay lang po, Mr. Speaker, because develop management plans doon po sa Sob Watershed. And in order to organize and capacitate 149 partner POs, people organization, doon sa area. And then, of course, some issued land tenure instrument for 102 POs. Establish, maintain, and protect 71,000 hectares of tree and agroforestry plantation. Constructed and maintain 101 agroforestry support facilities, and create a strengthened 5 watershed management bodies, 1 per province, and operationalize 34 project management offices. Kaya doon po sa Upper Magat, Cagayan River Basin, which is situated in Ifugao, Nueva Ecija, Quirino, and Upper Pampanga River Basin, which is in Nueva Ecija, and Halaor River Basin in Iloilo.
Thank you po, distinguished sponsor. May I request for a report na lang and a detailed report on how the funds were spent and bakit po na-revert back yung ating pondo?
Affirmative, Mr. Speaker.
So in the special provision of the 2026 NEP, meron po tayong yung number 3 na sa special provision, Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program. So, in the special provision, meron po tayong nakukuha na 52.5 million and 194 million pesos to be used exclusively in support of land survey and distribution and program beneficiaries development, respectively under the Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program. May I ask when the program started? Kailan po ba yung inception nito?
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague, the CFM CARP started in 2007 and is ongoing up to this year.
So how much have we funded so far since its inception?
The financial assistance subsidy is 57.8 million, and the agroforestry livelihood, Mr. Speaker, is 2.067 billion, consisting of forest trees, fruit trees, high-value crops, mangroves, and NTTPS.
So how is that connected to the Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program?
The amount funded by this program, the budget allocation is 2.5829 billion. Ito po yung gagawa ng surveys para mabigyan ng tenurial instrument yung mga POs doon na nagkakaroon sila ng hanapbuhay. Mr. Speaker.
Thank you for that, Mr. Sponsor. Ilan na po ang beneficiaries? And pagdating po sa land survey, gaano kalaki na po yung...
Number of beneficiaries, Mr. Speaker, 165,292. Marami-rami po ito, Mr. Speaker. Both DAR and DNR.
And how much have we surveyed so far?
Total, Mr. Speaker, area developed is 78,000 hectares. 78,000.14 hectares. Laki, Mr. Speaker.
So, are these information coordinated with the Department of Agrarian Reform?
Yes, because this is a joint program, Mr. Speaker.
So binibigay po natin sa kanila yung...
Yes, we can give the copy of this, Mr. Speaker.
And they are able to use this information for the titling nung CARP, under the CARP.
If the land surveyed is alienable and responsible, definitely they will get their land tenure instrument. But if it is classified as timberland, they will have a different tenurial instrument because they have planted trees in timberland area.
What is the probable timeline or projected timeline para matapos po itong programa na to? Until when are we
The
expecting
Speaker,
this
is a
program?
continuing program kasi as we speak, dumadami ang nagpa-participate doon ng mga people organization.
Thank you for that, Mr. Sponsor. Distinguished Sponsor, Mr. Speaker. So, I'll be going now to the Manila Bay Coastal Management Strategy. Since 2023, Congress has been appropriating more than 1 billion annually for the DNR alone for the operational plan of the Manila Bay Coastal Management Strategy pursuant to the Supreme Court decision. May I ask, distinguished sponsor, despite these large appropriations, why is there still no visible or significant progress in terms of the cleanup and rehabilitation of Manila Bay?
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague, pero naman po, kaya lang hindi mo napakalawak ng Manila Bay. Siyempre, the establishment of sewage treatment facilities, meron ng dalawang existing, and another two. Another two is under construction, and marami pong target sa 2026. That's why we need the amount of 1,239,000,000 pesos so that our in relation to the Supreme Court mandamos, that cannot be implemented overnight. But I'd like to, Mr. Speaker, supply a report, part of the DNR plan, in order to comply with the Supreme Court decision. Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague.
Thank you for that, distinguished sponsor, Mr. Speaker. May I ask, when this project started, kailan po bang nagsimula yung Manila Bay Coastal Strategy?
Oh, kailan ba yun? 2000, ending of 2008, beginning of 2009, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague.
So that was when the mandamus was given.
Affirmative, Mr. Speaker.
How much have we spent on this project since it started? Mr. Distinguished Sponsor.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague, rather than read the placard, pwede ba I can just submit it to you in order for you to appreciate all here anyway. Maraming salamat. But for the information of everyone in this chamber, total po as of 2026, diba? 14,093,540,000 pesos. Big amount, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you for that, distinguished sponsor. Pahingi na lang po ako ng report of all the expenditures since the project's inception. So my next question, Mr. Speaker, distinguished sponsor, is what are the specific activities and projects implemented under this program? Have these expenditures been post-audited by the COA?
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague, again, I can read this flashcard, but it will take some time. May pong liquid waste management dito, solid waste management, and informal settler management. Nandito po yon, and the corresponding amount spent in different places in Manila Bay. So that up to 2011 to 2018, meron pong performance dito. And then 2019 to 2025, meron din pong performance. I'd gladly give Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague, a copy of this easily readable report.
Thank you for that, distinguished sponsor. I have here the operational plan. Ito po yung sinabit sa akin from from our budget briefing prior. Yung operational plan po for the Manila Bay Coastal Strategy is from 2017 to 2022.
2017, Mr. Speaker?
Yes. Ito po.
Okay.
Ito po yung operational plan. Pero kaya ko po tinatanong, if we've been funding it since 2009, ano pong plano yung sinusundan natin nun? And if the coastal strategy plan ends by 2022, ano po yung susundan natin na plano or sinusundan natin na plano from 2023 up to the present? And nagbibigay po tayo ng almost 1.3 billion annually.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague, within this year, matatapos po yung updating ng pinakita mong plano, then maybe we can reconcile, and the DNR is gladly willing to submit, Mr. Speaker.
So magkakaroon po tayo, distinguished sponsor, Mr. Speaker, ng isang master plan, comprehensive master plan for the coastal cleanup and the Manila Bay Coastal Strategy.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague, affirmative, there is a master plan together with NEDA, and it's just being reviewed now. And when the reviewed master plan is available, I'll get a copy and give our distinguished colleague portion of the report, Mr. Speaker.
But at least, distinguished sponsor, Mr. Speaker, based on our plan up to 2024 or 2025, ano po ba yung total budgetary requirement ng project? And what are the timelines for this? Kasi po parang lumalabas, parang wala po tayong plano dito.
Mr. Speaker, even if there is a master plan, the decision of the Supreme Court is a continuing mandamus for the cleanup. So, if we follow the master plan that is evidently forthcoming, that's why the continuous efforts to clean up Manila Bay is subsisting, and maybe a comprehensive report we can submit to the distinguished colleague in order to satisfy the questions, Mr. Speaker.
I just like to mention that in the COA Audit Observation Memorandum, it was noted that 8 planned PAPs with a total allotment of 756 million or 48.67% of the 2023 appropriation for the Manila Bay program had no physical accomplishments. Ano po bang ibig sabihin nun? Ghost po ba ito?
We're looking for it. We cannot find, then it's a ghost. The Speaker. Jokingly aside. Eight. The Speaker, distinguished colleague, 8 pala yung agencies na involved dyan. So, lahat sila may MOA, para concerted yung kanilang effort dyan sa cleanup. And every year, they have an output. So, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague, if you don't mind, we can just submit the yearly up to 2025 for your appreciation, Mr. Speaker. Distinguished.
Wala naman po problema, distinguished sponsor. Thank you for that. I just wanted to ask, baka naman there's brief explanation lang kung bakit po nasabi lang ng COA na there were no reported physical accomplishments.
AOMs are normal reports of COA, Mr. Speaker. But when the agencies combine, come together and resolve the audit memorandums, and the project is done, the resulting AOM will disappear, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague.
Right now, may I ask distinguished sponsor, Mr. Speaker, for the 2026 plan, considering na wala po tayong for 2025 and 2026, considering that we haven't finalized the master plan, what is the basis for the expenditure? For the 1.3 billion for 2025 and 1.3 billion for 2026. Ang puto lang po kasi, distinguished sponsor, is parang we have the funds, but we don't have a plan.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague, since the order is a continuing mandamos, although merong need a master plan for a final resolution to the cleanup, meron po ditong ginagastos since 2019. Ang total nito na 11 billion na eh. So sa 2026 National Expenditure Program, 1,239,000,000. So to aggregate everything, including 2026, will be 11.9 billion pesos for the listed activities, Mr. Speaker. If you don't mind, I just submit to you rather than read it in total. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Anyway, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, I will probably make a motion at the proper time na baka dapat, while the plans are ongoing, and para hindi po parang lump sum yung ating pondo, baka dapat po kumpletuhin muna natin yung master plan. Tapusin muna natin yung master plan, magkaroon po tayo ng total project cost, magkaroon tayo ng timeline, bago po natin ituloy yung appropriation or yung project.
Agree, Mr. Speaker. Ngunit because of the continuing mandamos, kung wala ka rin gagawin, mali ka rin eh. So, although waiting for that master plan by NEDA, the cleanup has to go on. Dahil makita naman natin very evident naman yung mga esteros na pupunta sa Manila Bay. All the waterways that is going there. Yun naman talaga yung object of this mandamos para ma-clean up yung Manila Bay. But sadly speaking, all efforts are not enough. Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague, so let's work hand in hand with DNR to help them at least clean up Manila Bay so that we can make a Boracay out of the Dolomite Beach.
I totally agree, distinguished sponsor. Let me manifest, Mr. Chair, while we fully recognize the Supreme Court's continuing mandamus on the rehabilitation of Manila Bay, it is deeply concerning that Congress has been appropriating billions of pesos annually since 2023 or since 2009 under what is effectively a lump sum fund without an updated operational plan. The only operational plan on record remains the 2017 to 2022 operational plan for the Manila Bay Coastal Management Strategy, which is already outdated. Yet, appropriations have been sustained from 2023 up to 2026 without a new or updated plan to anchor these funds. The Commission on Audit itself flagged its audit observation memorandum that almost half of the 1.55 billion appropriation in 2023 had no reported accomplishments due to poor planning, conflicting schedules, and even miscommunication with suppliers. This is unfortunately similar to the pattern we saw with some of the flood control projects which are now a controversy. If the DNR cannot present a credible, updated, and time-bound plan to comply with the Supreme Court ruling, then perhaps Congress should withhold further appropriations for this item. Instead, this 1.2 billion for 2026 can probably be redirected to programs where the impact will be direct and immediate, such as education subsidies for students or welfare benefits for solo parents and livelihood opportunities for the youth. This is not about turning our back on Manila Bay, but about ensuring that public funds are not wasted in a program that appears to be running on autopilot without real progress. Maraming salamat, Mr. Speaker, distinguished sponsor, and thank you to the DNR.
Agree, Mr. Speaker. If the predicate is correct, we fully agree with the distinguished gentleman that public money should be put into good use. Otherwise, let's stop this program. But I am one with you, Mr. Speaker, to get DNR and let them move in order to do the correct programs that are, instead of wasting people's money. DNR has assured me that there is no ghost in the implementation on their part because hindi lang sila ang agencies doon sa Manila cleanup. Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague, thank you very much.